Reed, hi everyone. So you've seen the match thoughts, you've seen the player ratings, and I've got Kyle again for the review. As you know, this video is sponsored by OneFootball. It's the only app where you can get all the transfer news, stats, everything news, gossip, you name it, all in one app. Me and Kyle use it frequently. It's free. Why not? Link is in the description for that. Right, let's crack on with it. Kyle, the review then. So, as you know in the review, we'll hear from Rafa Benitez in a second, but did anything surprise you about that lineup?
Majorly was Lascelles starting. I wasn't too pleased with him starting because of the amount of mistakes he's made in the past couple of weeks. So I was really shocked that Shaw got benched for him. So it was just mainly Lascelles. Other than that, I was fairly happy with the team, bar probably Longstaff not getting on the bench after his couple of minutes against Liverpool. But you said it yourself, Rafa plays it safe and he started Hayden. I thought Shelby might have started, but it proved right in the end that he didn't.
What about Kennedy not being in the match day 18 at all?
He was at the ground today, but to be honest, mate, I don't think we missed him. I just think he's been a shadow of himself from last season, and it's disappointing to see because there is a good player in there. He's just for some reason or another, whether it's his personal life or whatever, it's just not working out for him this season.
Where would you play Kennedy? Because he's been played in that left wing back role. He's been playing left midfield. He's also played on the right. Where would you have him?
I'd play him on the left, but like the thing is with Kennedy, he doesn't track back much, so it's a case of with Kennedy, it's a case you have to accommodate him, and I don't think Rafa, as we know with Mitrovic, past couple of seasons, Rafa won't accommodate anyone.
Okay, let's get on with the game then. So the first half then, apart from, yes, the stats are going to look at so much more in Watford's favour, but we're so used to not having many possession in away games in particular, and the only really chance that they had and threatened was the Delafau chance early in the first 15 minutes, and then apart from that, Kyle, they didn't really threaten, and then we took it on the counter. Great play by Atsu, beating two men. Whips it out wide to Richie, looks up, he whips it in, and then there's your big beautiful man, heads home and 1-0, and we looked pretty comfortable going into half time, didn't we?
We looked so comfortable. It was very reminiscent of the Huddersfield performance. The opposition didn't really offer much to threaten with in the first half. We looked very comfortable, we looked very good defensively. Anything that came our way, bar the Delafield chance, we got rid of, no problem. And I was actually really comfortable going into half time, thinking if we have a repeat of that, we could win the game, no problem. But obviously, Watford in the second half stepped it up.
Speaking of the second half, yeah, you mentioned they stepped it up. They brought on Decore and Deeney quite early on. It was about the 55th minute, and we were getting deeper and deeper and even more deeper. And it was a case of right, let's just hang on. Yes, there's a couple of substitutions. One of them was forced on Rafa at half time. Hopefully, Fernandez's injury isn't too bad. And then Decore free with 8 or 9 minutes left, and it's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it was much Deeney that made the change in the game when he came on. It was more Decore. Like he came on, he drove them forward, he carried them forward. Bit similar to what Kay did in the reverse fixture when he came on for us. Like he brought Watford forward. He caused a lot more problems. Overrun Diarmé quite a lot, as well as Hayden and then Shelby when he came on. That Decore is such a good player. He's far too good for Watford.
He's been linked to Paris, hasn't he?
I don't think he'll go to a team that big. I don't think he's that good. But he is a cracking player. He's a cracking player for Watford, especially this season. And his quality's proven. And he did
disappointed in Shelby not following his man, and Fabian Schär not, because obviously Schär would have seen him running towards the box as well. So he should have gone out. Do you feel?
Lack of communication from both sides. Terrible from both. In a game like that, simple communication is all that would have took to get that ball away. I think Shaw could have gone in front of his man. I think Shelby could have followed his man. So it's a case of both of them, and the keeper wasn't doing anything about it. It was a cracking header, so it's just one of them. But I'm not too disheartened with a point, Lee, because at the end of the day,
fair result, isn't it? I think it's fair.
You were saying beforehand, if we get a point, I'll be buzzing with a point, and I'm exactly the same. A point's a cracking point, especially at Watford, who, let's be honest, they're like a decent side this season. They give a couple of the big teams a good game this season, so they're a good side. So for us to pick up 4 points against them with our lack of quality in the team, it's really good, to be fair, mate.
And do you reckon Rafa Benitez will be happy? Let's find out, shall we?
I think we were very close. I said before, Watford is a good team. The idea was to stay compact, well organised, and then play counter-attack in the way that we did. So I think we were quite dangerous. We're missing the final pass to be sure that we had more clear chances, but still I was quite happy with the team, the way that they were working for each other. So I think it was a great performance, and a little bit unlucky with the goal. After we adjusted at the beginning, they have some situation behind our defenders. We adjusted a little bit, and then we had more control. It was a pity the way that we conceded the goal, because it's something that we could avoid.
Kyle, there's a couple of results. We'll look at the league table in a second, but there's a couple of results that went against her. As you were saying before, it was really important that we got something from the game. This was the bigger game than the Liverpool game. Fulham have won against Huddersfield. That's a bad result for Huddersfield. Cardiff have won away from home, and it's 4 points. It's a point closer into that relegation line. The Premier League table put on screen now. It's still tight, and we've got Man United on Wednesday, which we aren't really expecting now, are we?
To be fair, mate, this time last year when we played, well, not this time last year, but when we played Man United at home last season, everyone was saying we're not going to get anything out of it because Man U were doing so well, and we managed to get a win. So you never know. But to be fair, I think the one thing that'll sort Newcastle's home form out, just like last season, is we need a result against one of these big teams when they come up here. Because at home this season, mate, you know as well as I do, we've been shocking. I think we've lost what, like 6 games?
More than that, I think 7.
7 games, and we've only avoided defeat in 3. And it's only 2 clean sheets in that as well. It's not good enough at home. But I think a win against one of these top sides would really help, would really kick one at home. And I think if we can sort our home form out, I think we've got no problem in this relegation battle, because at the minute we're away form's keeping up like above this relegation drop. But if we can improve at home as well, I think we can pull away from it, Lee. I really do.
And of course, coming off topic for a second, is that the transfer window is opening now in the next day or two. I know you're not saying you're very optimistic, but there's going to be media hype everywhere, isn't there?
To be honest, mate, it doesn't matter. Like, honestly, does it? Like, we're not going to buy anyone. If we're lucky, we'll bring in a left back on loan from Europe, and we'll make Rondon permanent. But that's it, mate. Like, Ashley's probably going to buy HMV because they've won administration. Like, he's not going to buy anything in us.
Spend our money.
There's a company going out of business, so he's gonna save them and invest money into them and like leave us high and dry like he always does, unless the Steve Howe comments are proven correct and something said before the Man United game, which is going to be left high and dry, mate. It's the way it is. I've accepted the team that we've got is the team that we've got at the end of the season, so we might as well, instead of moaning about it, just support the team.
Okay. How would you rate the lads today as in total of today getting a point in Watford?
Well, nobody was expecting a point, mate, so a point is a fantastic point for us, so I'll take it. I'm really happy with a point. Results elsewhere didn't really go away, but it's still 4 points at the end of the day, mate. It's still a solid gap going into these rough run of games, because as far as I can tell, all these teams around the bottom have to play these big teams as well, so we can get these out the way now and play like easier teams when it matters towards the end of the season.
Okay, right, let us know what you think of Kyle's comments and what Rafa said in his press conference there as well. Thanks for watching, Kyle. Thanks for coming on. I shall see you in a couple of days at the Man U game. A point gained or a point dropped, let us know in the comments. See you, bye-bye.